Hey, your viewers and viewers, my name is General Red Strategist, and we are here, myself and Phil, with Wolfenstein 3D. How are you doing, Phil?
Well, here we are with the original Wolfenstein, the granddaddy of FPS games.
Indeed.
Released in 1992.
Back in the day, yeah.
I know, back in the day. This is the granddaddy of FPS games, the ultimate one in everything. Wolfenstein 3D. Which probably many people will remember.
Absolutely, yes.
Having a go at Wolfenstein 3D. Oh, yeah, this is bringing back memories.
Indeed. Now, you had a Spear of Destiny, didn't you, when you were
I did have 3 on floppy disk.
Floppy disk.
Yeah, I know, that's not bad. But I had Spear of Destiny, which is essentially the same game.
Yeah, basically.
In a way. I mean, it's the same introduction here as well. Which, yeah, this is bringing back a lot of memories. But yes, I had Spear of Destiny on floppy disk. That's how old this game is.
I know. Yeah, it's incredible. But of course, obviously because I play a few kind of Wolfenstein games from time to, well, I say from time to time. I play, obviously Return to Castle Wolfenstein regularly. I played Wolfenstein 2009 a few years back. And of course,
a good few years back, that.
I did an episode of Youngblood not too long ago as well, which was pretty enjoyable. And, I just thought, well, we just thought that it would be interesting in case any of the Wolfenstein fans out there on my channel maybe we're interested in seeing me do a little bit of this game. So
3D, yes, that's interesting. You've still got to do the New Order, the Old Blood, and the New Colossus on your channel.
On my channel, yeah. I have. The only thing is, I have played New Order and Old Blood before, and I have played this before. So I don't know if necessarily this will become a series, but I don't know. If people want to see more, I can do occasional videos on it. But
it's probably best to do game. It's always best, I'd say, to do games going blind. So that's why it's probably just leave it maybe to the New Colossus.
Absolutely, yeah. Because I still need obviously to play the New Colossus.
Yeah.
And at some point, obviously, maybe do some more of Youngblood. Maybe once I've done the New Colossus. Oh, hello, there's a guy.
Who knows? Maybe if you get a VR kit, you can do Cyberpilot.
Cyberpilot. Yeah.
That's it. Now, of course, Wolfenstein 3D is famous, for these secrets and things. And the at the time, this was like everyone loved it, the graphics and everything. It's very, very dated now, but this is 1992. Let's not forget. And let's also not forget, because this does annoy me quite a lot when people do this, is that people think that Doom is the granddaddy of FPS games.
No, it
No.
isn't.
Wolfenstein 3D was released in 1992. The first Doom was 1993, a year after. But I can understand, because Doom sort of built the franchise up and made it more popular.
It took
the first-person shooter.
It took the technology used for Wolfenstein 3D and just built on it. So that's the thing why kind of people remember it more, maybe. But absolutely, this is such a kind of classic game, and it's a shame that people sometimes kind of forget that it came actually technically before Doom did. But I think there's still a lot of people out there who do remember this one quite well.
Yeah, it's a very good one. I'm just what I am disappointed of right now is that I can't hear the No It Sounds, because the sound that will get a massive feeling of nostalgia within me.
Yeah.
But I'll just wait until you upload it, and
Indeed,
then I'll be able to hear.
Because obviously, Phil's watching this via Skype, so there's things that he's not going to be able to hear, etc., etc.
But if remember, Wolfenstein obviously didn't start as an FPS. It started with Castle Wolfenstein,
Back in the 80s.
Then it was back in the 80s, and then it became Beyond Castle Wolfenstein, which is still sort of top down. And then 3D came along.
Absolutely,
and this is what you have to do in the game. It's basically just a giant maze, and you have to find the lift at the end of each level.
Keys, things like that, you have to sometimes pick up. Oh, hello there.
Now, if you want to know more, you should probably put a link in your description. But I know you obviously did quite a while ago where you reflected on the franchise.
I did indeed,
the Wolfenstein franchise. I think it's about a 45-minute video. So probably put a little link to that so they can have a look at what your reflection on the franchise as a whole. Because I think you do discuss about 3D.
I do, I think so, yeah. So, if people are interested in that, you can always leave a link to that, or just search for it on YouTube, whichever one. But, it just basically, that video, it talks mainly about Return to Castle Wolfenstein, but it does also say a little bit about the other games that I've played in the series. That sort of thing. Because, of course, the thing about, you guys all out there watching this probably know by now that Return to Castle Wolfenstein is my personal favourite of the Wolfenstein franchise, and there's various reasons for that. But, there you go.
But this is obviously where it all started, and it's the greatness that brought. You see, without this, Andrew, you wouldn't ever have Return to Castle Wolfenstein.
No, we wouldn't.
Yeah.
Floor 1 completed. I'll try and find, obviously, as many as I can, but, you know, this is just a kind of one-off little video where me and Phil are just going to have a nice little sort of chat as we...
A discussion. Yeah, which is probably why I make this quite a reasonable sized video, so we can sort of blitz our way through Wolfenstein 3D. Oh, the fucking dogs. I remember those. Those were the bane.
Yep, they were.
Yeah, the dogs.
Oh, man. Gosh. Let's get rid of those, indeed.
So I'm wondering... Yeah, so I think I've come to the realisation I probably played Wolfenstein before you did.
You did, yeah.
I probably would have played Spear of Destiny before you got your hands on Return to Castle Wolfenstein.
Yeah, definitely. I think I can remember when I was a kid coming over to your house and we played a bit of Spear of Destiny, and that was long before I ever got Wolfenstein, Return to Castle Wolfenstein on my
because
PC.
That wasn't released until 2001. So you know it's 10 years after 3D.
Yeah.
It's just such a brilliant game.
It is indeed.
And obviously, has Spear of Destiny, which you can think of as I suppose as the first DLC.
Yeah,
it's similar, but and I think at the end of 3D, you fight Hitler, don't you?
Yes. Oh no, you fight Hitler halfway through the game, which is kind of interesting. Yeah. And then I think the final boss of Wolf 3D was General Fettgesicht, Fat Face, or whatever that technically translates as.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. It's been a long time.
It's been a hell of a long time, yeah. And I don't know. I know there's different elements to 3D than there is to Spear of Destiny.
Damn it, I keep accidentally hitting the control button, which actually fires the gun as well as the left mouse button. That's the only thing just to watch out for. It's just obviously these are old controls, so I'm using the arrow keys instead of WASD to move around.
Yeah, weirdly, I prefer the arrow keys to the WASD.
Really? Yeah, I used to prefer them. But then I eventually got used to WASD, and now I haven't looked back. Indeed.
And of course, here's BJ Blazkowicz carrying his famous MP40.
Yeah. Or rather, it is in this game just machine gun.
Machine gun, yeah. I know you will get better guns as you progress through.
Certain chain gun, for example. Aha! Oh, shoot Starfall.
Oh.
These are the slightly tougher enemies.
Oh yes, I'd love it because I remember which they copied in the latest Wolfenstein games. These guys, but the blue guys, whenever they died, they'd always go "Mein Leben."
Yep, he just shouted that out as I killed him.
Yeah, and they where did they? Yeah, they do it now in the New Order, didn't they? The latest. Guys would do it. And for those who are in the New Order, you actually get to play some levels of Wolfenstein 3D.
You do, yeah. The newer titles obviously have those reference moments back to the older games.
Yeah, so in the New Order, you would when you were in the sort of base, when you could just between missions, there'd be a bed upstairs, and called Nightmare Mode.
Yes,
and
that's correct.
You'd go to sleep in the bed and wake up in the 3D world, which is really cool. That was a good little Easter egg that they put in there. So well done to Machine Games for doing that.
Absolutely, yeah.
And also there was that one that you did where the guys were ragdoll physics. Do you remember? It was called Super 3D or something.
Super Wolfenstein HD. God, that was a while back. Yeah, that's by that was by an indie company. I don't know if you've heard of a game called Broforce.
Yeah, it does sound familiar.
Yeah, it's like a 2D side-scrolling action shooter that's kind of like a parody of 80s action movies. But that company that made that, they're the ones who made Super Wolfenstein HD, which is kind of just a parody game.
Yeah, it was funny.
Oh, hello there, Nazi. Oh, if I can actually aim at you.
I know, you're like aiming away into the plant then.
I know.
It's the poor plant done to you.
Oh, the plant is the ultimate Nazi. Yeah.
Yes, you came back to this and you've played obviously 3D because you wanted to see what the original was like. Because obviously
I died.
Oh, you died. That's it. Game over.
Damn it. Well, at least it sends me back here.
Now you've got 2 lives.
And I've just got the pistol, unfortunately.
Yep, because you died.
Yep. Oh god, I'll take out the dogs again.
Oh god, are you right back at the start?
Yeah, I am.
Oh god.
Yeah, it's probably like one of those, being a really old game, it's probably just really unforgiving if you mess up.
Back in the day, that's what it was all about.
2 ammo, lovely. Oh god, somebody's shooting me. Who was that? Oh, it's you. Oh great, I need more ammunition.
Oh God.
I got a knife. Hey, get out of here.
Oh
Jesus.
God, that was not going well for you then.
No, it wasn't. It's been a while since I played this. I'm a bit rusty. Right, get the dog
Get
food.
some health, yeah. Well, that's weird that you can eat dog food and not be fine.
Yes.
Apparently, you can eat dog food because it's the way they design it. They do use bits that would be fine for a human to eat.
Yeah.
So you can
Probably
humans can eat dog.
do.
Oh God, that was a bit. Oh,
Wow, I've died again. Jesus. That's actually a really hard start to the level when you've just got a pistol and only 8 bullets.
yeah, that is. It's only level 2, floor 2.
Let them come near me because they only take 1 shot each. These dogs. Pissed. He keeps. Oh, bloody hell.
God, there
He
you
keeps
go.
dodging behind the frigging door. That's what he keeps doing. And there's a frigging soldier somewhere. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, it's going to come
Got
through
him.
the door.
Get a bit more ammo. There we are. Oof. It's more challenging than I remember it being.
Well, yeah, it's those. I think it's just because it's one of those old games.
Yeah.
That was.
Yeah, I'm going to ignore the dogs. I think they're a bit of a waste of ammo because they don't give you anything
Yeah.
in return. And they are kind of just in their little cage cell thing, so no need to
So
really...
they can't really do it. Yeah.
Yeah, they can't open doors, so we don't need to worry about them.
I think most Wolfenstein games, apart from the latest ones, are actually banned in Germany, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah, because of the references. Because obviously in Germany you can't have references to swastikas and everything.
But,
No,
oh, God
that's
damn
dead
it.
again.
Wow, I'm having a lot of trouble starting off this
Yeah.
level. What
You
the hell?
are, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
You've got 0 lives left.
Ignore the dogs. Pointless.
Yeah. There was nothing else. There was no treasure or anything in that room,
No,
was there?
there wasn't.
No.
So that whole room you can skip through that pretty much.
Let's.
Got him. There we are. Right, let's just try and accumulate a bit more ammunition. Goddamn, the way
It's
they
funny to
zigzag.
think. I've just had a thought. It's funny to think that without this game, this very game that we're on, Call of Duty would not exist. That is just.
Right.
That's just. It's just a funny thing, a funny concept, isn't it? A funny thought to think like that. That without this game.
Yeah. So without the kind of groundwork in FPS, you mean?
Yeah, we wouldn't have Call of Duty. That's just. It's just.
I guess it's one of those
Sounded a
questions.
bit, isn't it? Yeah.
Would someone have eventually kind of made a game like this?
Got
if
round
this
to
had-
it, yeah, but maybe not for a long while.
Who knows? Yeah.
So we've got a lot to thank for with Wolfenstein 3D.
Indeed, we have.
A lot to thank for. And the fact that at the
Indeed.
time there wasn't that many games doing 3D.
No.
So this would have
Words.
been like a revelation for people.
Yeah. Would have been pretty crazy, wouldn't it?
The pathing of the guards is really funny. The way they just zigzag across the room.
Makes
Yeah.
friggin' hitting them with your bullets though an absolute fucking nightmare.
Those ones are always the tricky bastards hiding in the
Yeah.
alcoves.
Indeed,
Yeah.
they are.
The
Here we are. Right.
Doob is made by it's made by id as well, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Well, id have sort of joined forces now with Machine Games and Bethesda.
So the whole
Bethesda
thing
as
about
well.
Bethesda and id and all that is that they're all now owned by Zex Media.
Yeah,
so
that's
they're all
correct.
basically part of the same parent company.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that explains pretty much why a company like Machine Games was allowed to produce the latest Wolfenstein titles, because technically they can, since they're part of a bigger company.
Exactly. Yeah.
Fuck it, we
that's
die.
right.
There we go. Right, I got my machine gun back. Oh god, somebody's shooting.
But it's good to think that the New Order, which was essentially a reboot of the franchise, there's been quite a few reboots of the franchise, actually brought everyone's perception of Wolfenstein. Everyone started to love it again.
Yeah.
Because everyone obviously wasn't too fond of the 2009 version.
Fuck me!
And then, oh no.
That guy just fucking... Oh, his health was low, that's why. Wow, I'm out of lives.
Yeah,
Damn
of course
it.
they're going to be at the top. Oh.
Bloody hell. That was actually really fucking nasty, that was.
Did you not...
I don't know if there's a save system, like...
It was, because it said load game.
Oh, of course,
Save
yeah.
game, look. There you are.
Yeah. I have my old saves from when I first played this, as you can see.
Oh yeah, you've got those
Yeah,
there.
indeed.
Well, I guess we're going to have to start again then.
We are indeed, aren't we?
Make sure you save, though.
I know. I've got to remember, people were probably face palming as they were watching.
Oh, that's probably the reason why it's difficult as well. You've got it on the second to last difficulty setting as well.
True, actually, yes. I'm doing it on the super difficulty, but never mind. Then again, this is only meant to be just a one-off video. So,
yeah, we're just having a little chat and a little think about the history of Wolfenstein.
Absolutely.
Well, we have a big long episode. Yeah.
We're not here for pro gameplays, everybody.
Oh, as you've said countless times. Yeah.
Yes. So stop thinking about those pro gameplays, y'all. Everybody.
Every time I'm watching this, it's just such nostalgia.
I know. Does it make you want to get your hands on Spear of Destiny again?
Spear of Destiny again, yeah.
Yeah. On floppy disk, Phil? On floppy disk?
Yeah, well, it's not. That's certainly not going to work. I remember the old computers used to have a floppy disk drive. Yeah, that was the thing.
Yeah.
Don't know why it's called. Yeah, don't know why it's called floppy disk, because it wasn't very floppy.
No, it wasn't really, was it?
I've got a better gun now, so you can start wreaking havoc all over the place.
Wreaking havoc all over the place, indeed.
And you got a decent amount of ammo this time.
Absolutely.
But mind you, it's level 1.
Nope.
Oh,
shit, he's there.
That's it. Get it. There you go. He has reduced your health to 56%. That's quite some damage there.
Treasure. Nice.
Lots of treasure, which increases your score.
There we go. See, even back in the day, Wolfenstein had all the shinies.
Yeah, I know. It's clever, that.
The shinies, yes. Okay, go around here. Take out that guy and his friend. There we are. Oh, man. Oh, God, there's a few of them in here. Oh, we got him. Okay, we're good. We're golden.
We're good. We're golden.
Yes.
But yes, when I was talking before, before you died, obviously the New Order was sort of rebooting. Everyone started loving it again after the bit of abysmal performance of the 2009 version.
Yeah.
And then obviously the new Colossus was immense, and then unfortunately went a bit downhill with Youngblood and the Cyber Pilot VR. They didn't think it was as good as it should have been. We'll see if I don't know if it's in the works. If Machine Gain have got a Wolfenstein 3 in the works.
Who knows? Maybe they have. Maybe they haven't.
Maybe they haven't. It's all up to what's going on. But of all different studios, of course. So yes, you've got Bethesda, but who are probably focusing on Elder Scrolls 6 and Fallout 5.
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean, Bethesda have got to pull something after us, because Fallout 76 was a mega disaster.
It was indeed. Yeah.
So they've got to work on something there. But it's funny to think that Bethesda took them over. Well, ZeniMax Studios took over id.
Yeah. Such is the nature of the video, part of much larger parent firms.
Exactly.
Things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
you get that nowadays. I'm just trying to think what else id did. So we did Wolfenstein. They did Doom.
What did it do? Quake, yes. Oh man,
yes, do a save.
I used to play Thingy back in the day. Quake 3, Quake 3, Quake 3 Team Arena. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to go back to game. There we are. Yeah, did you ever play any of the Quake games, Phil?
I haven't actually, no, but I know they're very popular to the point it's even in e-sport now as well.
Yeah,
that's a big thing. It's growing.
Created rocket jumping.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's it, rocket jumping. Yeah.
Which I could never perfect as a kid. Oh man.
Yeah, it was all the rage doing that sort of thing, wasn't it?
It was, elite gaming and all that.
Elite gaming, that's it. Spelt with numbers in it, because that's how cool you were.
Yeah.
Mein Leben.
There we go. Yeah, we just got a Mein Leben from that guy.
That's it.
Fantastic. Man. Maybe I should try reinstalling Quake 3 on my computer again at some
Give
time.
it a whirl.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I've got it on Steam. But I don't know. We'll see if it works any well.
If it works,
See if it works good.
See if you can get it running. That's what you really want.
Indeed, yes. Man. So yeah, it's funny your series Quake, because obviously I only ever played Quake 3. I never played any of the others.
Do you not? Yeah. Well, I haven't played any Quake, so you're one step better than me.
Yeah. Absolutely. Oh man, other kind of FPSs can we remember from childhood era? Obviously, things like Half-Life and stuff like that. But
Half-Life, yeah, but we didn't really play those. Well, if you're thinking of the old sort of FPS genres, Medal of Honor, obviously,
Medal of Honor, of course.
popular back then, and then you had Call of Duty. But again, the framework of those games came from this game. So you've got Wolfenstein 3D to thank for a lot of stuff, and then of course you had your Return to Castle Wolfenstein, which is obviously your favourite game.
Absolutely.
So in the list of the Wolfenstein games, where does 3D rank? Would you say in your?
I'm not sure actually. Where would it rank? Yeah. I think it's definitely.
What's your second most popular game after Return to Castle Wolfenstein? What was your next Wolfenstein game that you liked after that one? That includes what else we're going to put into the list is Enemy Territory as well.
Okay,
so pop that one into the list as well.
I'd probably say your Enemy Territory is a good second, I'd say, just because...
Oh, I wonder why, because it's based on the framework of Return to Castle Wolfenstein.
Yes, exactly. You know what's the rationale for that then, Phil. Yeah.
Now, I know that Mike Smith is not terribly fond of the new Machine Games ones. What's your thoughts on those? Because I've forgotten because I know you obviously in your reflect on the franchise, you said that you enjoyed them, but I can't remember the full extent of your explanation.
Yeah. I did enjoy the newer ones. I think for many fans of RTCW, they just weren't keen on it because obviously it moves Wolfenstein out of the traditional World War II setting and into an alternate history.
Yeah.
I think the reason a lot of people liked RTCW was because it for the most part, it didn't really impinge on kind of the real world timeline. So in that respect, it felt kind of like something that was, supposed to be happening in the background of World War II.
I thought it was an interesting concept to have it where the Nazis had won the war.
Well, yeah, that's an interesting concept, and I personally enjoyed it. I think some people would have preferred to, keep it in World War II, but to each their own and all that.
One of my favourite scenes, though, from the New Order is when he finally awakens from his coma, the 14-year coma, and he gets brought to Anya's, is it parents' or grandparents' house?
The grandparents' house, yeah.
And he says, because he thinks, no, there's still a war going on, there's still Nazis walking out there. And he's like...
nope, we lost.
We lost. And it's like, what year it is? And they're like, it's 1960. It's like, 1960? Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. I think my favourite scene from the New Order was when you're on the train and you meet Frau Engel for the first time.
Oh god, yeah, Frau Engel.
And she just fucking messes with you.
Yeah, she's a funny character.
Yeah.
Who's obviously turns into it because it's funny to think through all the year apart from this game, you're following Death's Head.
Yeah, that's right. And you finally defeat him in the New Order.
Spoilers, but no, hopefully people have played the New Order.
People have played it already, yeah. So one thing actually I did like about old New Order, though, was that they gave Death's Head more kind of characterization, especially towards the end of the game, where you're actually in his compound in 1960, and he's kind of talking to you over the loudspeaker system.
Yeah.
That was quite a memorable moment, I felt. From
the Old Blood's also. I know the Old Blood's memorable to you because it has some characteristics of Return to Castle Wolfenstein, didn't it?
It does, yes, it does indeed. Going up to the castle.
Old Blood.
The only thing I think I've probably told you this before about the Old Blood is that technically, if we're accepting that the Old Blood, is part of the Wolfenstein kind of continuum.
Canon.
The only thing about it is that technically it would actually kind of impinge a bit on. Oh bollocks! I got
killed. No!
It would technically cause inconsistencies in the timeline of Wolfenstein games, assuming that they're all kind of part of one big canon. Because the thing about it is, obviously you have Return to Castle Wolfenstein where you go to the castle to begin with, and then you have the Old Blood where you go to Castle Wolfenstein again. But it's just some of the little details technically raise questions about the kind of plot consistencies in terms of, like, for example, the village by Castle Wolfenstein in Return to Castle Wolfenstein is Wolfburg, but in the Old Blood it's Paderborn. So it's like the other way around, and it's just weird things like that, which you
might get a little inconsistency like that, but I think Machine Games did try their hardest.
They did, and they did do a fairly good job, I reckon.
They're a Swedish company, aren't they?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah,
Swedish company.
Yeah, they are. So, and they've done a good job with
kill me, bro.
that.
There we are.
Okay. Yeah, you're going to need to find some health.
I am indeed. Lots of treasure around, but no health.
You might want to do a save now.
Yeah, I probably will
just
actually.
Keep going.
Since I got rid of that Schutzstaffel dude. The Schutzstaffel, Phil. Oop, red 3. There we go. Nice. Right, get back to game. Okay, so we take them out. And you see, this is the thing about the levels, obviously, in this game. You get lost so easily.
Yeah, it's very mazy.
Indeed.
So there's lots of different doors that you have to work out where they're going, and some just go nowhere, and some you need to get into because they've got like food and Nazis inside.
Food and Nazis, yes. That's one
do
thing.
They do? I just thinking. I don't think there is. You can't get custom maps, can you, for 3D?
Not as far as I'm aware. No.
No, I think it's a bit too old to design custom maps for.
Indeed. But yeah, I suppose going back to the subject of obviously ranking the Wolfenstein games. Obviously, this one is a classic, but in the kind of grand scheme of which ones are my favourites, I wouldn't put this too high up, just because obviously obviously it's a limitation of game development at the time, but obviously the levels do get quite repetitive in the sense that it is just kind of going through a maze, finding the keys, getting the exit, things like that.
But it's 1992. Let's not forget.
Yeah. So
the storylines and things like that weren't really thought up.
They were not amazing, but there we go. Knew there was something
There's a secret.
Here.
I mean, there is practically no storyline in this. I mean, as soon as you press new game, there's no like introductory cutscene, or you're just thrown straight in.
Yeah. There is kind of like supposed to be a storyline. It's just not really communicated.
Clear.
So that's the thing.
What I do like about this is the fact that when your health goes down, you can see it by the cuts and bruises on his face.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, that which shows. Yeah.
I've been through this door.
Which they I think they bring over to the Doom guy.
Yes, I think they did.
Which I didn't. I'm not just saying that because I don't know the name, but that's his actual official name.
Yes, it is.
The Doom guy.
The Doom guy. Yeah.
And obviously now we've got the latest, which is coming, Doom Eternal.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously there was that one that was released in 2016. Is it gory?
It is indeed.
It's very gory. Holy shit! There's a lot of enemies in here.
That is a lot of them.
But yes, this is just a classic, a staple, isn't it?
It is indeed, yeah. Staple of Wolfenstein FPS, or FPS in general.
Which of the Wolfenstein games, so that's everything from 3D, well, the ones you've played, we can't say beyond as Wolfenstein, would you put at the bottom of your list? Would you say it's not the...
That's kind of difficult. Of the ones I've played... that is actually really difficult. I'm trying to sort of think.
And then I can ask you this question again once you've done the new Colossus.
Yeah.
I'd
say tentatively I would put Wolfenstein 2009, not because it was objectively bad. It wasn't a bad game. It's just compared to the other ones, I think maybe it's. After I said this to you, maybe it's just kind of forgettable. But I'm not saying, like I say, that it was a bad game or anything. I just think there was more that could have been done in it to make it more memorable. Perhaps. Yeah.
No, I can see where you're going on that front.
Yeah. Absolutely. But like I say, think about Wolfenstein 2009 was if there'd been perhaps a bit more of like a coherent plot, kind of linking all the different missions together, I think that would have made it probably a bit better. Because obviously, there's an overarching plot, don't get me wrong. It's just that how all the different missions kind of tie together, I think they could have worked on a bit more. Because a lot of it feels like, Nazis doing bad stuff with the Black Sun, go stop them. Whereas obviously if you look at games like RTCW, The New Order, stuff like that, a lot of the missions ultimately, they kind of follow on sort of logically one after the other. This progression kind of, if that makes sense. So, yeah.
There is, what I did find good, which is really good from the Machine Games took the time, so they've obviously been watching it, is the fact that in 2 say she's dead, she's gone, we're never going to see her again. Nope. In the New Order, she's paralysed.
Yes.
But she's back, and that's fantastic.
Yeah. So nice little callback there. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that guy's...
there he is.
Saw us. It's funny, because I'm actually moving my character around just using the camera, which is actually making them see where I am, which is kind of weird, how it sort of moves.
That's a weird concept, yeah. But still, it's...
I think it's just the way the camera works, maybe.
I think it is.
I'm sort of now, without actually pressing any of the arrow keys, I'm now closer to that guy I just killed. than I was to the door, which is kind of weird. But yeah, okay. We'll tell you what. I think we've been recording for a good amount of time there, so I think we'll wrap up this little informal Wolfenstein 3D session, Phil. So it's been good fun, eh? Yes.
It has been very interesting. I've enjoyed this.
Absolutely, yeah. So who knows? Maybe we'll do more of this again sometime in the future. If I do, I'll probably do an occasional thing rather than something regular. Just because, like I say, I'm not playing this blind or anything, and I've got lots of other things on the channel at the moment. But you know, there's a little bit of filler content. It's a very good thing to do. So thanks again, then, everybody.
I have enjoyed this, and it's certainly brought back some nostalgia as well to me, because obviously the design is very similar to Spear of Destiny, or almost to being exactly the same. I'm just thinking. Yeah, just obviously before we leave, just my thoughts on the Wolfenstein franchise. I mean, I haven't played as many as you. I will give it that. I've played 3D and Spear of Destiny. I like that. I think the only game I haven't really played is the Return to Castle Wolfenstein. But I've obviously watched it. I used to come around. We used to do a full playthrough.
Operation Vorsichtig and all that. Yeah. Back in the day, that was our first custom map that two of us played together for my channel.
Well, no, I watched you do that.
True, yeah, that was going back even further.
Back Operation 460. Yeah, that was Operation 460. That was our first custom map, and we didn't have a microphone then, so you had to subtitle everything.
Oh God, yeah.
2009, I got for my Xbox. I didn't mind it. There were moments where it was a bit naff, but yeah, I do like the latest ones. Obviously, I did the New Order. I played that and I loved that. It took me a while to get to the Old Blood, if you remember that.
Yeah,
you kept, but eventually I got around to it and completed it. And I have played the full New Colossus, and I really did enjoy that. I thought it was a really good game. It was difficult, but it was a really good game, and I can't say much else because I don't want to spoil it for you.
Yeah.
So I want you to
see where I am now in the level. I'm by this door over here.
By the left door, yeah.
Yeah. I've just moved over there without using the arrow keys, just by using the camera. I don't know what's going on with that. It's really weird. Look, I'm sort of like moving away from the door just by moving the camera around. It's really strange.
That is really bizarre.
Why is it isn't it? It's so weird.
I wonder if that was a feature in the original game.
Possibly, who knows? Yeah. Oh God, I'm back here now. See, but nearly towards where the start was.
Oops.
That is very strange. I don't know why it does that. I guess it's just a quirk of the game engine. I'm not sure.
1992.
There you go.
Let's not forget.
Let's not forget. At all.
Yes. So it's not going to be quite as advanced in the game engine as the games are today.
No, it's not. Okay, well, thank you then everyone for joining us. We'll wrap up here. So, Facebook and Twitter links below, along with a link to my propagandist channel if you're interested in that. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Thank you again, Phil, for joining me, and there's the two of us signing off now. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
I should be able to... Actually, I shouldn't. No. I need to move it elsewhere, don't I? This way. Come on, round here. Oh. Hey, what are you doing over there? Seriously, come over here. Right, so if I shove it right there. Come on. Give me the key. Give me the key. Damn it. Give me the fucking key. Why can't I get the key? Come here. Okay, I knew you were gonna fucking do something. Oh shit. Shit. What are you doing?